I've been saying recently, since I heard about 5G, 4G has been a problem. So I can't use my laptop, so I might be unable to share my screen. But probably I might be able to send you guys my slides after the session. I don't know if that will be fine.
It will be fine by me.
Okay, yes, please do that.
All right. So good. All right, guys. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm very fine.
All right. So quickly, we'll just jump into it. Unfortunately, I can't see anybody's face except from Ngozi, but that's fine. I assume that you guys are all looking amazing this morning. All right. So shortly, I'll just be talking about customer attraction and the truth is business is the sole aim of business, I will say, is to have customers. Any business that does not have a customer, it's not actually in business. So it's just like you having a set. We all have different. I will not do introduction of myself. I know you guys do know me, and Ngozi has done an amazing job in explaining myself to you. So, firstly, I want everybody to marketers. We all are salespeople. So, yeah, mostly when I have conversations with people and I tell them that, oh, I do selling, my job is sales. Okay, okay. All right. So mostly when I talk to people and I share with them that I am into sales, they are always very, very quick to look at me like I don't have a job. But the truth is, every single person is a salesperson. Whether you're a gate man, you are a graphics designer, you are a programmer, you should be a salesperson because the whole essence of your work is not complete except a user takes it. So I always liken the customer attraction to relationship. And I learned it from one of my teachers, Adebis Bosede Olushola Obasa. She's the founder of First Royal Character and Values Limited. And customer attraction is just like relationship. So I know we're all young people here, so we understand this concept. I'm not a professional in the topic of relationship, but I'll just use it as an analogy. So in case I make a mistake, you guys don't mind, just flow with me. So, when a guy is interested in a lady, the guy, oh, he sees the lady is interested, he wants to do every single thing to attract her, to make her interested in him. So he goes the extra mile. He buys stuff for her, and in the case of maybe in the university, maybe takes her to the cafeteria or something, just in a bid to woo her, to allow her to know that he's interested in her. So after a period of time, mostly when they get married, some relationship begin to deteriorate at that moment because the man becomes less, will I use the word romantic, and all those things that he did at the initial to attract the woman, he stops doing it. So, but for business or for even relationship to last, every single thing that he did initially to attract her should be the same things he should do to retain her. And I know that I'm not supposed to talk about customer retention, but it's actually important at the introduction. So the responsibility of a salesperson in code, don't forget that everybody is a salesperson, whether you're the CEO, you are the founder or anything, the responsibility of a salesperson is to attract customer. You are bringing customer into the business. So I'll just do a quick distinction between marketing and sales, because we most likely always make a mistake between these two concepts, and people always mistake marketing for sales, and people mistake sales for marketing. So what is marketing? Marketing is the process of getting people interested in the goods and services being sold. Getting people interested. That's the word here. Then sales is all the activities that leads to selling of goods and services. So while marketing deals with interest, sales deals with exchange. Marketing deals with interest, sales deals with exchange. So I see in organization they'll put people they'll call them marketers, and they'll put them on target for sales target. Is a wrong thing to do. Or you put salespeople on marketing target. You can't judge, like for instance, somebody is a digital marketer for a particular organization, and the metric you are giving to that person is the number of sales he makes or the number of customers that buy. No, that's not the responsibility of a digital marketer. His own responsibility is to generate uh, contact list, potential buyers, and transfers that responsibility to the sales guy to close the deal and make them buying customer. So we should always know that there's a distinction between marketing and sales. Marketing is building interest, sales is exchange. So in my own term, I liken marketing and sales to this. That marketing is getting someone to the door, while sales is getting them into the room. Marketing is getting someone to the door, you get him interested to want to check it out. Then sales is actually letting the person into the room to have an experience of the product. So I'm going to talk about 4 things that customer wants. I know I don't have so much time, so I would need to rush through this right now. So 4 things customer wants. These have been based on research, and I want you to just go with me. So the first thing that a customer wants is quality. Every single person wants quality. Even you right now, you want quality for your time, you want quality for your money. So every customer falls in that category. Even customers want a higher quality, most times lower price. So they don't want to care that they paid lower. They just want you to deliver quality at all time. Another thing that customer wants is cheap prices, or if we want to be safe, we can say affordable prices, because cheap is very, very relative. So affordable prices. Another thing customer wants is fast process. Another thing they want is convenience. So when we talk about quality, we are referring to product. When we talk about affordability, we are referring to price. When we talk about fast or the speed, we are referring to process. And when we talk about convenience, we are referring to delivery. So customers primarily want these 4 things. They want quality product that is affordable for them, that has a fast delivery process, and is convenient for their use. Is convenient for their use. Those are the 4 things that customer wants. When we talk about the rest, we'll begin to touch on these things. So I'm going to explain the 4 P's of marketing, because I need to lay a background for us to understand the science in quote of attracting customers. So the 4 P's of marketing, I know many of you must know this, so I'm just going to breeze through it. So they are product, price, place, and promotion. Product, price, place, and promotion. Product, price, place, and promotion. So I know there are a lot of new innovation in terms of explaining P, 12 P's, but this product, we are referring to your brand, your service, your packaging. For price, we are referring to discounts and offers. For place, we are talking about your market, your channels, and your distribution. For promotion, we are talking about advertising, publicity, PR, and sales promotion. So these 4 P's are what makes marketing. In recent time, with new businesses, you will understand that you might not essentially want to go through this route. Let's say for a technology business, for instance, place is a little bit relative if we are talking about physical infrastructure. So because for a tech business, you don't really need physical infrastructure, so to say, to operate it. But if you look at it in the light of a market, a channel, or distribution, then place still comes into play this time. That okay, your website might be your distribution channel and the rest. So now I want to explain buying rules because this is one of the challenges of businesses. In Nigeria, we do more of guesswork in business, and that's why it's always difficult for us to recreate business success over and over again because all our we run businesses based on intuition. People buy from us, but sometimes we don't know who is buying and we don't know why they are buying. We are just interested in the business is moving on and the rest. We don't even know the who our customers are. So let me talk about six gatekeepers. Depending on the type of business you run, depending on the type of business you run, any of these role can be peculiar to your business. So let's talk about the initiator. So this initiator is somebody that he is the first person that identifies the need for a product to be bought. He identified the need. The next one is the influencer. These are the people that their views will influence the buying uh, uh, decision of any other person in this buying role. So their views influence that. They decide that these are the people that ultimately approves, and they are mostly the people that drop the cash. They are the decider. Oh, this is what we're going to do. Then the shopper, the person that takes the money from possibly the decider, goes to the market. That person chooses is the one that selects either the suppliers, select the brand, and makes the purchase. Then the user, the ultimate person that uses the product. Then the gatekeeper, the person that controls information. So let's take these 4 elements in the light of a product. So let's take. I was in class last on obviously on Zoom on Saturday, and my professor was talking about our child wanting blue band, but she decided to buy something else. And throughout this lockdown, the child has refused to eat bread and butter because the mother did not buy blue band. So in this situation, the child being the user of that product also falls into the category of being an influencer of the product to buy. So as business people, it's important we look at who plays majority role in these 6 characteristics. If you see somebody that plays, if a person or a personality plays more than one role, it plays one, two, or like 2 or 3 roles, then I think that is our ideal target market. If you look at Indomie, right from time, Indomie's ads are always targeted towards children in relations in relation to mothers. You will not see Indomie advertising and you see a man doing this, going to work or something. No, you will not see because they are, except when they began to do relish and this other product, Hungry Man Size and relish, that was targeted towards a product category. They will always focus on children and mothers because they know that these 2 categories are initiators, they are influencers, they are shoppers, they are users, and most likely they are gatekeepers. I hope we are together.
Yes.
These these guys play majority. So why should they waste their time to market to men or professional people when they already see the result? Now, when there was a study that was done by Indomie Noodles of their target market, and it was very, very hilarious. I don't, if I check, if I see the reports from any of my class slides, I might just share it with you guys, but I'm not promising that. So what was discovered, that the highest percentage of people that patronize, that uses Indomie products, were children, followed by divorcees, people that separate, like married people who get separated. Those were the second category that buys Indomie noodles the more. So business has gone beyond, oh, just about guesswork. They're now going into data, that who exactly is our customer. And the best way you can do it is put your customers through a test of these 6 buying rules, and decide and analyze who your exact target market is. So I think I have about just 2 or 3. Okay, I have 3 slides remaining, so we can just breeze through this, and I'll take questions and answers. I know I'm supposed to end right now, but just permit me to just run through these 3 slides. So next one is marketing channels. And so marketing channels, there are a variety of marketing channels. There's a digital, which is one of the most popular right now. There's experiential, there's out of home, there's print, there's radio, there's television, and any other ones that you can think of. So I'm just going to pick these 5. So, previously advertising was about who has the money, who has the most money. So the person that can do radio ads so much, the person that can put billboards. If we go to Lekki toll gate, the first toll gate is 10 million naira per month, and you are allowed to run 10 seconds at a particular time. So you have different spots, but your ads runs for 10 seconds, and it's 10 million naira. If you go to Chevron, on the digital billboard, is 2.7 million naira. It's 10 seconds running in multiple spots for 30 days. So if you are not a big guy in business, you can't cough out such amount for advertising. So digital has become like a place for all of us, even small scale businesses, that we can actually leverage on. But another part that we most likely always forget is experiential. And I love experiential marketing so much, because it gives it it just makes the customer believe you the more, and just makes the buying decision easier most of the time. And when I talk about experiential, I talk about market activations and the rest. So one of the major person that does this perfectly in Nigeria when it comes to experiential marketing, so it does digital is just like a drag net. So digital brings in interested guys, I'm interested in this product, they register. The next thing for you to do with people that get on your registration list for your project, your program, interested in buying your product, the next step is to give them an unforgettable experience that will make them loyal customers for life. So the next stage is always experiential marketing, after you must have gotten the customers. So how does this work? The best person that does this in Nigeria right now is um is Nia Adesonya. How many of us know Nia Adesonya? So he's the best person that runs experiential marketing in Nigeria right now. So what does he do? He goes to different places, he speaks to people, he gets them registers for his program, then he gives them a premium experience. The last program that we went for, that was last year, around March stroke June, was called the Nia Additional Leadership Bootcamp. And okay. Nia Adesanya is the CEO of Fifth Gear Plus, and is one of the leading speakers in Nigeria. He was one time the ambassador for Etisalat when they were still Etisalat. They went around university campus to host speaking engagements across Nigeria. So is a big deal in Nigeria right now. So as I was saying, yeah, good. All right. So as I was saying, he hosted the New Additional Leadership Bootcamp. No, he first started with Speakers Academy and all those things. Then he hosted the New Additional Leadership Bootcamp, and it was at a hotel. It was powerful. It was, I'm telling you, explosive. He brought in great speakers, and the audience were wanting for more. He gave food, he gave everything, and he was saying that at that event, he did not make significant profit. So at that event, instead of cashing out, because he could have done it any place. He could have done it in a low budget hotel or something. He could have removed the food element from it. He could have reduced the number of speakers that he brought. He brought this guy from Credit Direct. He brought this top HR woman. He brought Bovi. He brought a lot of guys. He brought Feb Idaosa. He brought I think this the former chief of staff for the Borno State governor or something. So he brought a lot of guys, and the event was explosive. Guess what? At the last day of the event, he launched the New Additional Leadership Think Tank. And just going back, at that event, were over about 150 participants, and I was in the regular session, and regular for that event was 183,000. Then VIP was about 400,000, and for that event, the VIP guys were more than the regular guys. So after that, he launched that particular think tank. Then guess how much it was? It was $10,000, and as at then, dollar was say about 365. So he launched it, and guess what? On the spot, he got 10 people that subscribed for that program. On the spot, by doing what? By creating an experience that made him have less margin, that's profit, on the previous event that he made. And for the think tank, it was an explosive. It's been 1 year so far, so it's been an explosive experience. And now he has launched the next version of this particular think tank at the same price with a shorter duration. So at every point in time, for the first one, it creates a massive experience for the customer, and it begins to reduce while going forward. Now I'm going to explain this in the light of consistency in another discussion. But the major thing is that after you must have used all other channels of communication to attract interested people, don't forget about creating a perfect experience for your product. Another event that we'll just talk about experience was for us, and for us as a business, one of the major things that we leverage on is experiential marketing. So recently we hosted an event at in Lagos in February. That's 1st of February 2020, called the World Summit, and that's the event that we spent the most money on. We did BRT ads, we did a lot of adverts. We went on roadshow multiple times, got the Lagos State what's the LASMA guys. We got them. We got police officers. We did a lot of massive things. All we rented was about 1.5 million naira. That's at G3 Event Center in Maryland. It was a massive place. We spent the highest budget that we have ever spent on hosting an event. And after the entire event, if we are looking at budget for that event, let's say the budget for the event was about let's say 25 million, because of the prices we gave, the house, the car, the Dubai trip. The experience was massive. Guess what? After that event, we had just one singular investor from that event cleared the what's the name? The cost of the event times 3. One singular investor. And the only reason why that person did that was he said, wow, this was a massive event, and I believe you guys strongly. Just from that event, and not to talk about every other person that have begun to take action from that. So, as entrepreneurs, as business people, when you attract people via radio, digital platform, maybe you do Facebook ad, everything, don't forget to create an amazing experience for your customers. So, I think this will be okay. Okay. So, as we begin to wind up this session, one thing that we fail to do as business people, because I always say that entrepreneurs, CEOs, executive directors, general managers, what other role is popular, founder, COO, anything, your major responsibility is to sell the product, no other thing. You can't have fine business card and you are not selling. The reason why you have a fine business card is for you to make sales, because without sales you don't have a business. So journey to a close, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, you must have strong knowledge about your product. It's very important. When they're having conversations, you have conversation, and that's why you need to have, maybe you need to write books to show that you're an authority in that field. You need to write maybe have a blog. You need to do YouTube videos just to show that you're an authority in that field. When they're talking about fashion, they should say, oh, John is a fashion guy, or Cynthia is a fashion person. The person can tell you the length of his skirt, the inches, every single detail about it. Product, very, very important. The next thing is yourself. You need to have a personal brand for yourself. You need to sell yourself. I know you guys understand that. Another thing is value offering. Then the last thing is close. Most of the time, we do sales and we don't ask for a close. That's one of the greatest mistakes that people make. So I always make this mistake before, when I was still fully into marketing of land, and I will begin to tell people, oh, blah, 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 blah. When we talk. The person, oh, I'm interested, and I'm always excited. And I always discover that these guys do not make buying decisions until I decide. I watched a YouTube video, I think. I can't remember the video. I think it was of Brian Tracy or somebody. So, and one of the major things that was discussed is that we do not always ask for a close. Okay, I'm seeing your questions and I will respond to them shortly. We don't always ask for it. So from there, what I decided to do was start asking for a close. So what I do is that I invite them to my office. That's who they've been, oh, Jeff, oh, you're doing well. I say, come and buy property, blah blah blah. I say, okay, I think I'm interested. Then I will lead them into experience by bringing them down to my office. And when they come from the gate, they already say, wow, hey, this way this guy is working. This place is massive. This place is big. It's the experience. The person comes to the reception and say, oh, I want to see Jeff. And they say, oh, you want to see Jeff? Oh, the manager, blah blah blah. They'll pick up the intercom, they'll call, blah, 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 and the person experience a little bit of protocol. Then the person comes to my office, the person sit down, and I begin to push. Then when I push, I don't just end there, because the person is already hyper at that moment. The person is hyper at that moment. What do? I pick up a land application form, I give it to the person, or I pick up a partnership form, I give it to the person, and I say, oh, yeah, fill the form right now. And it worked like magic. It worked like magic. On that run, I was on, for the first time in my life, I was on a 6 month sales success. 6 month sales success. Every single month, I had deals closed just by using this strategy. And it's this same strategy I'm using today, even though I found a better way, and the better way is through building a team. So that's not what we are here to talk about today. So as business people, when you must have talked about your product to customer, always ask for a close. And the close means action button. What do you think about it? Is this something that you are willing to try out now? Is this something you are willing to buy? Just push for a close. Very important. Then my final slide is what to sell. So I'm going to be talking about 6 things to sell, and I'll take your questions. So the first thing, like I've been saying since morning, sell experience. Focus on customer experience. The thing is that your product is important. You must have quality product, but your product is a part of your experience. is a part of your business experience, your customer experience. So as much as you're focusing on quality product, focus on the experience. Now, Apple will sell forever as far as they keep dealing with experience. Oh, they want you to be able to use one button to press to do a lot of things. They want you to be able to feel yourself when you are using an Apple product and the rest. Even though some of us are Samsung guys, but we are still envious of people using Apple. So don't tell anybody that. The next one is sell a story. Everyone wants to be connected to something bigger. I remember most of the time when I talk about property, I always begin the journey from when my dad tried to buy a property when we were younger, of how we had issues with the landlord trying to kick us out of the house. And my dad bought the property for 30,000 naira then. And for a long time, he struggled in building the house, and we moved into the house finally, and we had a money issue and the rest. So most of my presentation, I go through this route, and people in the audience always try to find themselves in any of those situations. And if I'm able to put them into my story, then it becomes easy for me to sell to them. So everyone wants to be connected with something that gives them relevance, and story is interesting. Check one of the greatest content developers around. They always talk about is story. They sell stories. So in 20 was it 17, I if you go on my profile, you will see that I'm into real estate, but it's almost very difficult for you to see me posting about land or something or flyer. If I post about land, just go and check how I talk about it. I'm always talking about a story. Oh, how this land, maybe how we bought it and how we. So you begin to feel that I am like an active player in that particular experience. The next one is sell a course, and that one is sell knowledge. Have a YouTube platform, have a website, have a blog, keep talking. Your social media, keep talking. Talk about that product. Talk about not the product in itself, but talk about you as an authority in that field. And finally, sell yourself. So I know that we are supposed to cover a lot of things. I know we are supposed to cover a lot of things, but I believe that with this short but long presentation, you guys might have learned might have learned something meaningful, and I'm happy to take your questions right now. Thank you.
Okay, Jeffrey, thank you so much. It was such an interesting one. I'm sure we all had an amazing time.
It was
Okay, so
amazing
right
for me.
about, sorry?
I said it was an amazing presentation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. You guys are making me feel good, even though I'm feeling bad. It started late. I was trying to rush through my slide, but it's all
It's
fine. Thank you.
fine. It's fine. So just for you to know, the class still continues till on the May 6th. So if you need, I'm sure by then we'll have lots of more information we'll get. So I'll just, because of time, I'll be taking the few questions for us to answer.
Okay.
And if you have more questions, just go to our website, Edustart. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
can.
can hear you.
Yes, yes. So you just go to our website, bit.ly, Edustart Biology, and drop your question. I'm so happy to take it from there. So picking up, Jeffrey, can you hear us?
Yeah.
I would like you to
Yes,
just
I can hear you.
answer one or two of the questions we already have here.
Yeah, no problem.
So one of us is asking, how would small businesses like Outreach Firm do an experiential marketing within budgets?
Okay. So when we talk about experiential marketing, it's it's not um it's not about organizing very massive events. So for instance, last year I launched my first book, and one of the major um approach to running that program was to launching that book was to host a, a program. So my book was The Volunteer. That's becoming better by serving others. And it was about service, a little bit about non-profit and the rest. So um I had a millionaire for the entire project, a millionaire for book publishing and organizing an event. So I brought in guys from the non-profit space that were doing amazingly well. I ran a campaign to bring people for the event and the rest, brought in my family, brought in my friends, my colleagues, and like that. So at the end of that event, I was able to clear that same event day. I was able to clear the cost of book production and the cost of organizing that event. I cleared it with additional cash with me. And the reason why I always run my project through this kind of experiential chain is because I have learned or I've experienced having a product and not having somebody to buy. So when we talk about experience, we're not only just talking about events like what I just mentioned. We're talking about the entire experience of your organization, your presentation, and every single thing. So if you have like an agree firm, your office, for instance, your office, for instance, your website journey, for instance. Like for right now, I'm working with a group of guys. We're building an agri organization, a agri voice tech, and we are so deliberate about the customer experience. So when the customer is interested in buying this thing, this is the process that the customer goes through. So your entire customer process is the experience. And you can also still host an event that is called market activation. So one of the things that we're going to do for this project, this agri-tech, is to host a market activation. And we have a target for it. So even as a small business, the first point of call is your customer journey. So if a customer is interested to buy your product, analyze all those steps. What will it do? Is it that it will come to your office? If it comes to your office, what will he see that will make him believe that you are the right business to invest in? So I think Bankole Williams will say that you should dress like a prospect and not as a suspect. Because there are some people that will come to your business, your office, or they'll come to do business with you, and immediately they will decide not to do business with you. Immediately, because you don't look like somebody that they can give that kind of money. So I've had people come to our office, and the only reason why they totally believed after all the marketing, all the presentation, was that they came to our office, and intentionally we know where to take them to. You will sit down, we know who you should talk to, and you'll be comfortable that if I give this guy looks like people that are more than 10 million naira. So if I'm giving them 10 million naira, I'm not helping them, I'm helping myself. So that is what customer experience is all about. So it's not just about hosting an event is one aspect of it. The major thing is, what are all your customer touch points? They see your graphics, they see your email, they see your video, the quality of your video, they see the places you go to, they come to your office, they see your reception, they see your staff. All this little information, close them. And some of this time, those things that we're talking about do not have to be expensive. They don't have to be expensive. People that came for my event last day, they thought I spent 5 million naira for the event. They saw the quality of the book. They don't know that I paid for that book I spent my relationship to pay for the book. I changed the entire setting of the hall with little cash, but with more relationship. And people that, wow, Jeff, you did amazing. And people were just donating. They were donating. They didn't even just buy the book. So as a small business, irrespective, you need to pay attention to all your customer touch points. They touch you through social media, they touch you through emails, they touch you by coming to your office. When they come to your office, you need to slay them with an amazing experience. So they look at you as somebody that they are giving money to help themselves rather than give you money to empower you. I hope
Um,
you get my gist.
yes, we did, and that was really awesome.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
we
you.
did. I
So
think one
somebody's
thing, yeah,
Mika,
there's another question.
yeah, he say I'm into real estate on a very small holding. Currently no office space, just online marketing. How best do I do experiential marketing aside site visit and online consultation? Perfect. So when when people talk about them being in real estate and they have their small holding, sometimes I don't believe because they're always big boys. So okay, so I'm going to give you one advice for free. Now, uh, this is something I want to do too, but it's not bad if I share it with you. So, as a small holding company, you want to do listen. I assume that you don't have the land for yourself. I assume that you are partnering with reputable real estate organization that have the land. I assume that. So you are just like a middleman selling this product for them. So there's an organization I want you to follow. They are Billionaire Realtors Group. Tony Kolawole is my friend. He 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 started off as you might know him. He started off as a realtor and built a referral network, and then right now he's one of the big boys in the industry, and he has even started his own estate. The same thing with real estate marketing services. That's REMS, led by what's her name, Funke Kende. So you might probably know this guy. So what did these guys do to become authority in this field? So this is it. The same requirement that a normal real estate company is required to do is the same requirement for them because they are selling the same product. Nobody is going to say, oh, because pettiness is big and you are small, then you'll be permitted to do anyhow. So one major thing you can do is simple thing: host an investors forum. I'm going to give you two strategies. The first one, host an investors forum. Go to Radisson Blue in Ikeja. Take the 50-seater, or if you negotiate very well, I'm giving you free tip. You can get it at 100K. When you get it at 100K, they give you chairs, they give you table, they give notepad, I think they give sweets or something. Yeah, they give sweets on each table, enough sweet. They give you projector. I'm not sure if they give you sound too, a little sound, just very little sound. Host an investors forum. Package the estate you are selling into brochure, digital brochure. You don't need to print it. Digital brochure, and get videos of your estate. Bring a leading person, maybe a CEO of any of those organizations, to come and talk about investment to them. Now, just people coming to Radisson Blue in quotes for an event is something for them, and you will not even spend so much that you think you spend. With 100K, 150, you'll be able to get that all between the 50 to 75 seater for your investors. And you host an event like that, you give them your flyer, and they don't even need to come to your office. That experience that you have created for them at that Radisson Blue shows that you are a big boy. You are somebody that if they invest their 5 million naira with, you will not run away. So the same requirements that require from the big pettiness, the big landway, the big all these guys, is the same requirement that they're going to want from you. So this is a free advice to you. Look for a small budget, host an investors forum.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. I think that's
Thank
all the
you.
questions we have for now. Oh my God, this was such an amazing, amazing
Yeah.
time. I think one of the key points for me here is to be authoritative with your business and how you market your product. So the conversations will continue on the Edustart Biology page. So I'm sure you're seeing that on the screen right about now. So if not registered, please go there and register. The link will be shared. Also, the videos and the slides for this session would also be shared on that platform. So thank you, everyone. I would have loved to see the faces of everyone, but I guess you can't do that now. But you could actually, I would need one or two commentaries from everyone to just one or two commentaries before we wrap up. Does anyone have anything to say? Hello,
Yeah, I
all.
would like to personally thank Mr. Jeffrey. He really was a good presenter. He made everything look very simple. Right, is well taken. I asked the question actually, and the advice is really mind blowing and well taken. Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey. Thank you to Edustart.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay, one
Mr.
more
Jeffrey.
comment. Okay, thank you, Dubem. We hear you.
Yeah, Duvan, thanks, guy.
Okay. Dr. Steven, would you have anything to say? Dr. Steven?
Oh, the boss.
Jeffrey, well done.
Okay, okay. So thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
sir.
We'll be ending it now. Thank you so much. Have a great time.